Thank you very much. Good evening, bonsoir. First of all, congrats to my colleague Rima and Anderlecht for the 3 points. I think we played a decent game. We had a good start in the game, very aggressive, front foot, high up on the pitch. Tried to play with courage, to play with intensity, knowing that we're going to face a strong Anderlecht in front of 25,000. With the first opportunity, with the first moment also, they punished us. Because we had also moments on our side, moments on our game, but always the last ball, the last decision, the last finish, we missed it. We have a lack of composure. And in big moments for Anderlecht, they are there, and this is the biggest difference between us and them. This has something also to do with experience, with minutes on the pitch on this level, and we are still very young, and we have to gain this experience by playing. We continued to play, I think, a strong first half. It was clear also in the half time, because I think my colleague was also forced to change 3 times in the first half, and then immediately after the half time we just keep the intensity high, because I had a feeling that we can continue playing our way of football, very intensive. And then another moment of Anderlecht, and they punished you. And in the end, to be fair, we had no weapons to hurt them. They played it home, deserved. It's important now for us to calm down a little bit. We just have 6.5 days to recharge our batteries. I don't know how this should work for every single player in our competition. I'm tired as a coach, so I can imagine our players. We are demanding so much, and we don't give them anything to breathe. But inshallah, we're going to meet the 3rd in January, and we will attack again. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just said to the players, I think I struggle to remember a game in my many years in football that had so many difficult moments as a coach to handle. I'll try to explain, but I think before we went into the game, obviously we were without Jan again. We had to make a new constellation in the centre back with Sino back, and we knew that it was something that we had less time to work on, obviously because we had only a few days in between from the last game. And then after, during first half, we lose 2 men, 2 key players, Kasper Dolberg and then Kylian, who has been, in my opinion, one of the key players of this first half of the season. Both goes out with injuries. Kasper with a knock on his knee, Kylian with what seemed like a hamstring injury. Then we get to halftime, and then Madrid needs to go off. We already knew before the game that he had a small struggle with his one of his muscles in his thigh, and he was on 80%. He said, "Brian, I can continue if you want me to, but I'm on 80%." I was thinking, okay, 80%, that doesn't sound right. So we had to take him off. Another constellation. And then we knew in a team like this, Thomas Delaney is probably maybe the most important player for us today, because he's the guy who's verbal, he's the guy who communicates, he's the guy who keeps the team together, and obviously without any centre backs, he's also the guy who can play that position, the only guy who can play that position. So to see him also walk off the pitch with what seemed like a small muscle injury was for me crazy. And at that point, I also knew when we ended up with Christian Arnstad on left fullback and Ludvig Augustinsson as a centre back, who's never played that before, I knew that the moments for us to control and dominate this game and just play amazing football was done. So a lot of things happening. So I said to the players after, from my personal opinion, to see how they went out today and fought at home. They stood together as a team, as a unit. The togetherness you saw within the team, that just refused not to win the game despite all the things that didn't go our way. That's for me a true class team that shows that. Because if you want to do something in a season, it's not enough just to win when you have no injuries and you play well and the sun is shining and the pitch is good. You also need to be able to get out of these games where everything goes against you. And we play against in my opinion, one of the most difficult teams to play against in this league because they are so good at what they do. So they'll never give you time and space. And on a pitch like ours, it's very difficult to play quick on. I think we all can agree on that. And with all these subs, I'm so proud of seeing how they stood together and how they fought at home. So it was not beautiful, but it was a true man performance, and I have all my praise for that.